I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart Paint Party. You have to customize it. Make something that you like. Make it personal to you. However that is. Oh! That's so cute! I love his little hat. You could be painting your bunny in. This is a pretty spring bunny, and I think that nice, lighter, softer colors look really nice for spring pastel. As big or as small as you want it.
Hey, Nisi.
Hey, Rach.
Can you slow down a little bit?
Sure thing. Actually, I thought it was almost looking like a butterfly, but I thought it would be cool, and I had an apple today, so I saved the core.
That's great.
I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I really like that you're reusing the material that might not seem to have a purpose. It might have otherwise been thrown out.
Right. Hi, you guys. I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm Denyse from Artist at Heart, and today we're going to do sculptures. A sculpture is a form that you create that's three-dimensional, okay? If you were going to take, let's say, a piece of paper is flat, so it's two-dimensional. But if you crumple it up, it creates form. That means it's no longer two-dimensional, it's now three-dimensional. Is this considered art? Not really, okay? But we can create art from something like that. And when it has form, it's dimensional. So let me tell you about a few of my favorite artists before we get started here. And if you don't have your supplies ready, you're going to need foil and some scissors and your hands and some creativity. Are you ready for some creativity? Yay! I love art, you guys. All right, so let us look at some works by Edgar Degas. So Edgar Degas was born on July 19th, 1834, and he lived till the 27th of September, 1917. He was a French artist, and he's famous for his paintings and sculptures. You might have heard of him before. So let me show you some of his famous paintings. All right, I have a few samples here for you, and if you might even recognize it. Okay, so this is the ballet class, and this gentleman here in the center is one of Edgar Degas' friends. And you can see there's animals in the picture, and there's parents watching, and this is a ballet class they're practicing, and Edgar Degas would always go in there and sketch and paint and observe all the different movements of the ballerinas. And again, his friend was the teacher, so he allowed him to do this. So that is a very famous painting of his. He also created sculptures. So again, they were three-dimensional. And here is one of his famous ones. This is a ballerina. So there's a front, a back, a top, a bottom, right? And this is at an art museum. You can see in the background his other ballet paintings, and here's some ballerinas on the bar, right? Here's the back of the ballerina with her hands behind her. And this is a picture of Edgar Degas. So it was a long time ago, right? And here is, just to give you an idea of how big the sculpture is, here are some people standing around it and talking about his ballerina. So that's an example of a really beautiful sculpture by Edgar Degas. So let's see what else I can tell you about today. Can you guys hear the foil in the background? Sculpture involves the creation of artistic objects in three dimensions, length, width, and height. It's supposed to say it involves. So it involves the creation of artistic objects in three dimensions, length, width, and height. So before, when I told you the crumpled up ball, that could be recycled as kind of like garbage, right? So it should be artistic. It shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm going to crumple a ball and it's going to be, right? Oh, it's going to be art. No, it's not going to be art. It's not going to be a sculpture. It's a crumpled up piece of paper. So today what you guys are going to do is you're going to create aluminum foil figures, and we're going to practice together, and you can make them do anything that you want to. They can move, they can stand, they can be playing or football, soccer, whatever it is that you want. So let me first introduce you to one more artist who also did sculptures. And here's his name, right? He's Italian, so it's a little bit challenging. Alberto Giacometti is a famous Italian sculptor. His work was particularly influenced by artistic style of Cubism. So Pablo Picasso was famous for Cubism, right? Cubism is not realistic. I mean, it's exaggerated however you want to. It's distorted, right? So he lived from 1901 to 1966. How good at math are you guys? See if you can figure out how old he was when he died. All right, so let me show you what he looked like before we start creating. Let's see if we can find Alberto here. Alberto, where are you hiding on me? There he is. And those are his sculptures. They kind of, see how long they are and exaggerated, the features, see how long and stretched out. Even the fingers almost look a little alien-like, right? Tall, lanky, skinny, stick-like legs. But this is what he's famous for. And again, these are three-dimensional sculptures, right? So there are some examples for you guys of various sculptures of famous artists. So let's get going and start creating. So warm up your hands and your fingers. Are you ready? All right. So let me show you. Well, here's my little practice guy, right? So again, it could be, and the only thing you have to do is move his arm to get him in a different pose. He could be throwing a football. He could be running track. It could be a girl doing ballet. So let me show you how to do this and we'll get going. So you're going to have your piece of foil, right? There's your piece of foil. And you know what I want you to do? I want you guys to watch the first time. I just want you to watch and see what I do. And then I'll do it again, and the second time you join me, just so you get an idea. All right, so I'm going to take my scissors. And I'm just going to cut up a little bit like that. Okay. And if you don't have scissors, you can tear it, but just tear it carefully. Now the other side, so here's the bottom. I have just a slit. The other side, I'm going to do two. So I'm not going to measure, but roughly one here and one here. So I'll do a slit here and a slit here. It's not perfect. I didn't measure, okay? Now, gently, and again, I want you guys just to watch. Are you just watching? Are you cheating? Are you doing it already? I told you to wait. All right. Watch. So here's my foot. I'm going to be real gentle, as light of a touch as I can. I'm going to scrunch up my foil on one side. I'll make sure you guys can see me. Scrunch it up on the other. See that? Gentle. Don't over scrunch it. Now I got this part, right? So I'm going to gently scrunch this part. Gently scrunch this part. Are you starting to see what it could be? I'm going to gently scrunch the top part together. Looks kind of like this. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. All right, let's squeeze it together a little bit more. Gentle. It's a lot easier to gently squeeze it a little each time than to over squeeze it and then try to undo it, right? And then gentle, 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 gentle. Now it looks like a turtle, doesn't it? It's a flying superhero turtle. All right, let's keep going. So I'm just gently pinching it together. It's starting to create a form. More than just a crumpled up ball of paper, right? I'm actually creating a figure. I'm going to squeeze in the body a little bit. Squeeze in the body. And the legs. You could be doing a cartwheel. All right, now, again, I can keep squeezing it until I get it. You can even curl the end to make little hands. I could curl the bottom to give them little feet. Is it a ballerina? Or a muscle man lifting weights? Okay, let's see if every time I do it, it gets better. Let's put this little guy over here. Can you see it? Let's put you over here. You can sit down on the aluminum foil box. How about that? I'll bend him so he can sit. Excuse me. All right. Now, before we get going together to create more, you're going to create with me, but I want to give you a little bit more inspiration and show you some samples of other things that you could be creating. Are you ready? All right, look at that. How silly is that? You could put a Sharpie marker in the hand, right? That's kind of funny, isn't it? Or something else. Here's a little ballerina, and Abby put her on an artwork, right? So maybe when you're done, you add it to a piece of construction paper or a piece of cardboard, whatever it is that you have. You guys think outside the box and add to your artwork. This one, again, there's a little glue, and he glued it to blue construction paper and actually made a blue glue shadow on the blue construction paper. So whatever supplies you guys have, you have to think, I'm not going to glue mine on any base, but I want you to think of what it is that you have. And what do you think the sculpture is doing? It looks kind of strange, huh? Is he dancing? Is he like slapping his knee like he's a cowboy? Is he thinking? But I don't think you think with your leg up in the air. So I think it's some kind of a dance. I'm not sure, but you guys tell me what you think. Or, again, brainstorm, because there's no right or wrong. I just want you to do your best. Look at that one. You can make little figures and put them outside, right? You could put them out in the barn. You could put them in the grass. You could, you can hang it from a tree. So this is your creation. And guess what? Aluminum foil is waterproof. So you can make little aluminum foil people that hang in the tree. That would be cute. That's a good idea. This one's chilling. The aluminum foil just chilling. Maybe hanging out. Maybe playing a game. Maybe talking with his friends. I don't know. Again, you can create a whole story with this. There's a little ballerina. That looks like a dancer too, don't you think? So look at the different directions that they're going. And then that person made an aluminum foil base. Again, probably out of just foil, or maybe a piece of cardboard that they wrapped in foil. I was an art teacher for 20 years, so I have taught lots of children of all different ages and abilities, and it's amazing what they come up with, right? So here we got I'm gonna take you out. No, I'm not. That's a nice. They're play fighting. We don't like fighting, right? Teachers and parents don't like fighting. So that's a boxer, right? For sport. Cartwheels. We love cartwheels. How about this silly one? A little cowboy. Do you have any pipe cleaners or something you can make a lasso with? Make a little cowboy hat. All right, that's just to give you some inspiration. Now I know you're ready, right? So you're super excited. Just take your piece of foil. If you don't have scissors, you can just rip it with your fingers. The bottom slit where the legs are going to go goes right up the middle, remember? About that part. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not going to measure. And the top part, I'm going to put 2 slits here. So I'll do 1. About that far. About that far. And I'm going to start at the bottom again. I'm going to be real gentle, right? So I'm going to gently wrap it, scrunch it. Real light. Remember, I start real gentle, and then I can go harder later. So I'm scrunching the leg. Now I'm going to scrunch the arm. Here's the head. Now it looks like, oh my God, it looks like a camel, right? Could you make animals? Of course you can make animals. Let's start with the person. Then you can make horses and sheep and dogs and bunnies. Mine looks like a dinosaur. There's my head. So now I'm going to, again, gently scrunch the body. Go slow. This is something where I want you to take your time. Don't just squeeze them. Go gentle, because we're sculpting. We're all going to be aluminum foil sculptors. What are other things that you could sculpt? Could you make a paper sculpture? Sure. This is a great time to reuse and upcycle, which means reuse something like a shoebox or empty containers that you have. Okay, here's his little hand. I could roll it up. Scrunch his leg a little bit more. Or her leg. This arm. So obviously this arm needs to be scrunched a little bit. Fold over the hand a little bit. Squeeze in the neck a little bit. And just, again, it's a sculpture, so you want to look at it from every angle. Turn it around. Turn it upside down if you want to. So again, it has form. Form is, it has dimensions, 3-dimensional. Now, could we make it like the Italian sculpture and try to make it more like a cubist style, like exaggerate it? If I want it to be really long and skinny, I would just pinch it. Watch your fingers. Be careful. So I'm squeezing it a little bit harder now. Again, you can make a little hand at the end. You can make a long neck. Again, it's exaggerated, right? It doesn't look like a self-portrait, does it? Just keep squeezing. And just, gently bend it to the direction that you want. He could be doing lunges. He's got his knee up. He could be riding the tractor. He could be sitting. Yeehaw, I'm driving the tractor. You can make a bicycle, like a separate piece. You can make something that he could be sitting on. Again, or you could hang him from a tree. Look at that. There's from the side, back. It's kind of funny from the back, huh? It's going to look different at every angle. You could always write a story about your character. Give him a name. Igor the wrestler. I'm Igor the wrestler. Give him little feet. There's his little foot. Give him another little foot. Or it could be Eleanor the artist. Eleanor the artist. She needs a little beret. Here's her Sharpie. Right? So let's put this one over here next to this guy. So this one, not as scrunched up. This one is a little bit more scrunched up. We can make them dancing. Right? They could be dancers. Like Edgar Degas dancers. Patty cake, baker's man. Or, again, they could be ballerinas. Make little tutus for them. All right, they're on break. Let's put them back over here. They're going to sit on the foil bench. All right, guys, it's halftime. Halftime on the foil bench. They're going to chill here for a minute. Oh my gosh, it would be so cool to make like a giant one, wouldn't it? This would be a great project to do with your friends or family, and everybody makes a bunch of them, and you put them all together. You write a story about what they're doing. Let's make another one. One more time. Okay. Slit up the middle. That's the bottom where the legs are going to go. And then the two slits at the top. And remember, you roughly, without measuring, you want the two slits at the top to be about the same length cut down. So we're going to gently scrunch up the legs, real gently. Look at mine ripped a little bit. Can you see that? It's okay. You don't have to start over. If it rips a little bit, it's not a big deal. Scrunch up this side. Maybe I scrunched just a little too hard, but it's all right. So do those look like legs? Not really, but we know we're going to get there. Scrunch up the arm gently. Scrunch up the other arm gently. Here's the big giant head. Does that look like a head? No. Scrunch up the head gently. Now he's huge, right? Yeah, he's huge. Almost looks like a bird, doesn't it? All right, so now we're going to go back to gently scrunching. Gently, gently, gently. Gently, gently, gently. Arms, gently, gently, gently. And head. Scrunch up my little head. Just pinching the body. You can curl the end for like the hand. I'm gonna curl it in like that. Curl in the end for the hand and the feet, the other foot. You can bend the knees. Let's try to do at least one ballerina. That does not look like a ballerina, does it? It's getting there. That looks like a football player. Maybe standing on the tippy toe. Make a little foot. Is it starting to look like a ballerina? Yeah, this one should be, right? Is that what ballerinas do? That's kind of. So again, kind of form those hands at the end, squeeze that neck in. Turn it around in different directions. See if you like it from all. Look at that. It looks like a thumb. I didn't mean to do that, but part of the foil sticking out like a thumb. That's interesting. It was an accident. Don't tell anybody. I meant to sculpt it like a thumb. Like thumbs up, you guys. Thumbs up. No one knows your accidents but you and whoever you tell. Right? All right, let's put this guy right here. I think we have time for one more. What do you guys, are you ready to do one more? Oops, this guy fell. This guy looks like he's sleeping. Look at all those different moves, right? I cut all this foil, so let's use it. Let's do one more. I don't know how much foil you guys have, but oh, don't go to sleep. We're almost done. Oh, my models. Oh, my little models fell over. You guys, it's almost done. Can't you just stay still for 5 minutes? 5 more minutes. Come on. I'll take you out to dinner for ice cream. It's 5 minutes. See, it's fun to imagine, isn't it? You could have little, they could be little military guys. They could be farmers. They could be dance class. They could be you guys. They could be whatever you want them to be. All right, one more, and then we're done. Cut up the middle. Two cuts from the top. Does this look like a sculpture? No. And remember, it's two-dimensional because it's flat, right? Let's make it three-dimensional. Gently. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't even tell you this time. Maybe you can do it on your own without me telling you. I feel the need to talk. So gently make your legs. Gently do your arms. You got your head up here. Sir. Looks like the letter A, doesn't it? Kinda. All right. Sculpt your head. Sculpt your arms. Maybe we're making a chef. So you could have a chef cooking something. I must be hungry. I keep talking about dinner. All right. Did you guys have lunch yet? And get those legs. Gently, gently, scrunch, crunch, crunch. Now, if you want to make other separate little pieces, like a football or a baseball, a bat, a tutu, a skirt, a wagon, whatever it is, you can add it with more foil. So you can embellish it. That means add to it with other supplies that you have, whatever it is that you have. Could you make a hand and then stick something inside the hand that it actually stays in there? Like, what did I do with my hand? This is smaller than the marker and it's lighter too. So maybe I take a pencil and I wrap it. Oh, it just fell out the bottom. Okay, let's try it again. See, I made a little hole there. See that? And then my pencil. Now, does it have to be a pencil? No, it could be a sword. It could be, again, anything you want it to be. Make it into something. It could be a sign. You can make a little note on top that says, you know, summer is coming, like a little sign, right? Something like that. So, and look what I did. I just curled the hand. Maybe you have a toothpick or a stick from outside that you could put in there. A branch. You guys are smart. You can figure out all different ways and things to do with these little people. That foot looks huge. Let's give him another foot on this. That way, this big foot. We're gonna have him do. It's an elf. We can make it into a little elf. Elves have pointy feet, don't they? You can make a little book. Put a little book in his hand like he's reading. Fold a little piece of paper and stick it in there. Look at it. There's throwing a football. Ready? Can you guys catch this? Ready? Okay, did you see it? All right, you guys were so much fun today. I hope you learned a little bit about different artists and how to create sculptures and think outside the box, right? So you guys, I want you to keep creating, do it again. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. These are super fun. You can make mini ones, you can make huge ones. It just depends on what you have, how much time you have, right? And keep going. So I can make a whole baseball team here or a football team. Look at. Oops. They lasted 5 more minutes, right? It looks better against the dark background. Let's see if I can make them all stand up. Let's make them all stand up so they can say goodbye to you guys. Did you guys have fun with this? I had fun. Thanks you guys so much for creating with me. I'll see you again soon. Keep going, keep creating, and be happy, make art. Thanks so much. I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart Paint Party, and I will see you again soon. Bye, you guys.